Hello everyone, my name is Brent. I'm here with Earthcruiser, and thanks for inviting us into your living area or on your computer today. But just wanted to share with you our newest product. It's the Earthcruiser EXD. This product comes with a 4-door Ram, 1-ton truck that we get in, and then we basically take our proven Earthcruiser house, mount it on the back, completely upfit the truck, and then in the end you get a complete turnkey ready expedition truck. So why don't I take you inside and then we can check out some of the features of the vehicle. So first things first, you open your door. And your stairs automatically come out. They are a little bit high. Sometimes we take an extra step with us, but basically this gives you your entryway right up into your house. Real heavy duty. They can hold up a lot of weight, and really is a nice feature on these trucks. All right, guys. So right when you walk into the entryway of the EXD, it's no different, and it's kind of an Earthcruiser exclusive, is we call this the mudroom. The reason we call it the mudroom is this is where your shower is. Underneath this mat, there's actually a drain in the floor, hooked to a gulper pump, sends all the water to the gray water tank. The little sink back here has a faucet on it that you can use, and this ends up becoming your shower nozzle. Curtain drops down from the ceiling. If I unlatch this piece right here, the door folds open. Now I just made kind of my shower bay. It's big enough here I can get a good wash in. I can also drop down this top table if I really wanted to kind of open up and have a little bit more space. While you're looking down here, you can also see this is where we hide the cassette toilet. The cassette toilet, it's about a 4.5 gallon capacity. It's really nice because that means you can dump your black water everywhere. If you are off the grid, you can stop at a vault toilet, whatever it might be, to empty your waste. You don't have to find a black water hookup in order to hook a hose to. So truly, we try to do as much as we can so that dry camping is possible and that you can kind of, stay out there longer and go see and explore more different areas. So closing things back up, let's move on a little bit into the inside of the house right here. So this was the first EXD that we built. And I think the big thing that I want to tell you is that all the new standard EXDs has a pass-through cut through here from the camper that goes directly into the back of the truck. It's something that everybody knew, told us that it was really important to them. So we wanted to make sure that we gave that feature so you could go in and out of the truck or in and out of the camper directly through the back end of the truck. So you can see here, there's a ton of storage that are up in the underneath the counter space. This is a really nice countertop. It's really resilient to cuts and scratches. Nice flat surface, but all the drawers have locking mechanisms on them. They come out, they're smooth rolling, and then they latch shut. So that way, when you are going off-road, washboard roads, rocky terrain, whatever it might be, these aren't going to pop open and your stuff flies all over the camper, while you're out on the road. The next thing is our nice large isotherm fridge. The difference about this fridge is it's not a cabinet style, it's a drawer style refrigerator. We do have some food and some beverages in here, so why we like this for this camper is because you do have a little bit smaller space in this compared to our other Earthcruisers, and this one allows you to access it from both sides. So whether you're back in the dinette area or over here trying to grab some food to cook and have a picnic outside, you can really easily get into this cabinet. It has an upper storage shelf as well. And then up on the top is where your freezer's at. The kitchen sink over here, this kitchen sink has dual faucets. This is just your regular faucet for washing dishes, washing your hands, whatever it might be. And then this is our water purification system. So this faucet, everything that comes out of here is going to be purified water, ready to drink, takes all the, anything that, if the water doesn't taste, too great, this is kind of runs it through a purifier, makes sure that it's all, up to, drinking standards. The purification system can actually take water from a lake, a stream, any type of water source as well, get it into the tank, run it through the purifier, and it can create potable water no matter where you're at. You just have to find a water source close. So the brains of the EXD are over here, and we are the first expedition company to go with the C-Zone system. The C-Zone system has been used on high-end yachts and some sailboats that are out there. It's a really, really high-tech system, but it allows you to have a bunch of different functionality. The screen that I'm on right here is kind of like your memory screen, which has a lot of hot buttons. So the nice thing is if I go into my control mode, you can see that there are just endless different controls on here that I can individually actuate different things that the camper will do, with different lights that turn on, you know, raising and lowering the roof, turning on the water pumps, all that stuff. Well, if I go back into the favorites mode, I can hot button those to basically what I want to do. So if I decide that I'm traveling, I can just hit that traveling button. All my systems will turn down that I want to turn off. And then we have this one set that actually after 45 seconds of hitting that button, when I walk out the door, the roof will automatically come down. So, and then we have manual buttons over here too. And you can see by hitting these buttons, the roof comes down to take down camp, and then it can also go up. One thing I want to show you is a lot of people ask us when you are dry camping, stealth camping is pretty important. You might be trying to get to a destination, it's late at night, and you just want to pull off into a parking lot or some area and not really kind of put the roof up so that, you know, people don't really know that you're camping in here. I'm going to put the roof all the way down. So it takes about 17 seconds to put the roof down in the EXD. All right, so now we're all the way down, and if I turn the lights on, you can see that you still have a nice decent area to sleep. I can still get into all my drawers and cabinets. I can actually still cook on the cooktop over here if I really needed to. So stealth camping is definitely possible with the EXD, and it is something that we know is important to some of our travelers. And then when you are ready to set up camp, you have 360 degrees of windows that you can open up, landscape that you can see, and it really opens up the light inside of this camper. And I just set up camp. So the other fun thing that the C-Zone can do outside of just controlling different systems in the camper is it gives you a monitoring system. So what's going on now, obviously we were using the camper last night, we had the lights running, we had the heater on, it was a little chilly out here, and you can kind of see that it gives you what's your voltage, what's the current that's coming, that's coming in. SOC is your state of charge, so we're at 78% of the lithium batteries right now. There are 360 amp hours of lithium iron batteries in this camper. And it also tells me that I'm pulling in right now between 16 and 17 volts of solar power. It's only, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and this thing is already chugging away at recharging the battery system. It also gives you your fresh water tank and your gray water tank. And then the inverter is constantly running in this thing. There's no buttons that you have to press to use your 110 outlets or anything else. It's always on. And if I was plugged in to something like a coffee pot or any type of accessory, if I was charging a laptop or charging batteries, it's a pure sine 2000 watt inverter system. And the inverter will actually tell you what the output of the devices are, how much power it's actually using, and it also tells you how long you can actually sustain using that device with the current state of charge you're at with your battery. It's a really smart system, and it does all the math for you and just tells you that stuff. So that's why I'm saying these C-Zone systems are really nifty. And in case something were to happen with the C-Zone system, there's a little button over here. Turn that locking knob, this flips up, and all the important things like shutting off your water, lowering the roof, turning off the lights, things that you're going to want to shut down so that you can hit the road. If you can't access it through your touchscreen, you can manually shut those things off. So we put those fail safes in the system as well. Next to it is our Webasto heater. So we do have a diesel heater. It heats the air and the water. It's the Webasto dual top. You can see in here I can easily set my temperature that I want to have in the cabin. I can start it up, and then basically it just takes over from there. That heats the water, that heats the air, and so I can have hot showers. I can sleep in here. I think the coldest I've been in this camper was minus 17 degrees Fahrenheit. That was in Wyoming, and I still had it 72 degrees inside the camper. I was laying on the bed and I was doing some work on my computer. So it's a very comfortable camper with that Webasto dual top heater. So next thing is the bed. So you get just under a queen size bed in the back of the EXD camper. It is going to convert into a dinette. So if I'm back in here, I can actually take that C-Zone system and I can Wi-Fi it to an iPad. So I have full access to use everything that I did on that touchscreen, but now it's on my iPad device. So if I wanted to turn the EXD bed into a dinette, all I would need to do would be go in here, actuate the actuators. We do, on the newest ones, they have a manual flip up, where this is going to flip up, flip back, and you'll have a dinette on both sides. And also you can sit into the back with your feet out this way, and it makes a really nice lounge area that you have a little table set up in the middle. So we kind of made it multifunctional, half couch, half dinette, half bed. Actually, it wouldn't be half, that would be a third. But you know what I mean. So it's really slick. This one does have the actuated bed. So I'm going to put it up for you for just a minute here. So if I raise the bed system, all right, with the bed up, what I wanted to show you was the underbed storage. So if you lift the sides, and it's on the passenger side as well as the driver, you have plastic bins that go all the way back that you can see. We have some large size serving dishes in here. You can put your dry goods, you can put a bunch of clothes. However you want to use this space, you get a lot of space for extra storage. So it's really nice. And some of these, I can't get it to stick this time, but it will actually hold up into place, so that way you can use both hands to get the trays in and out. You get the same thing over on this side, this storage, so you can kind of see the different trays that you can put in there. All right. Over in this pantry area, you also have additional storage, so dry goods will go into these cabinets. You have some drawers. The bottom one is pass-through, so this will actually go all the way to the outside of the camper. So if you do want to have something here that you need to access from the inside as well as the outside, this is the storage drawer that you can do that with. All right, let me put the bed back down. All right. The windows that are built into the EXD as well, they have an integrated cassette that gives you a bug screen. You can open the windows, pop them out into two different sides, or you can pull the thing up and you can actually make a privacy screen for night. The EXD does have an optional AC air conditioning unit. That air conditioning unit's controls are back in a little cubby where some of the night lights are back here. You can use that system. It doesn't run on propane. It actually just runs off the 12-volt battery system that we have in here, and it really kind of takes the edge off on those hot nights where you want a cool night's sleep. But overall, if you open the windows up and you get a good cross breeze in here, this camper stays very cool because it is very well insulated. So hot nights, cold nights, with the heater running or the air conditioner, or just the windows open, you're going to be comfortable. So now we're on the outside of the EXD, and what we really put into the features of this camper are a lot of outside storage options. So you can see I have a couple different hatch doors outside here. You got your upper house doors, which is kind of like storage for the house, and then we have these bottom toolboxes that are built into the subframe that we end up mounting the campers on. So this is that outside pass-through storage that I talked about earlier. When you open this, you can kind of see that it goes into the cabinet on the inside. It's great to kind of keep supplies that you need both inside and outside of the camper. When you want to empty your cassette toilet, this is also the door that you open up. You manually slide that cassette toilet back, and you can access your toilet and pull it out here to go take it and go dump it out somewhere. The rear storage hatch gives you a ton of outside storage. It goes all the way through to the other side. It's really nice and roomy. We just have some big boxes of some of our literature here, but you can see that it really gives you a lot of space for camping chairs, skis if you're going to the mountain, you know, grills, refrigerators. We actually have integrated plugs built in here if you want to put an outside fridge freezer. And a lot of times too, we even have people that want to put, like, you know, a TV or something out here, and we have a 110 plug that you can plug in. That 110 plug is pretty necessary for us because the cooktop inside of the EXD is an induction cooktop. It fits into one of the drawers. You can pull it out, put it on your countertop inside if you want to cook inside, or if it's a beautiful day like today, bring it outside, plug it into your cooktop, basically set it here on the integrated table, and now you can have a cooking surface outside. If you really want to access the inside, you can undo these quick clips. This folds all the way down, and now I can really get in and access my inside storage. All right, so come around here to the back. The one thing that's really important to us, and it's something that, again, it's something that we make sure we do with all of our vehicles at Earthcruiser, is you can see that down the side of the camper, it's directly in line with the truck. There's nothing that's hanging out the side. There's nothing that's going to be a catch point if you're going on a tight trail or you have a low-hanging tree that's going to hook onto anything and like rip it off. All the doors, everything is completely flush. It's smooth, rounded corners. The shape is done for a reason, and that reason is so that it's going to just keep you safe and keep the camper protected no matter where you take it. We do have an integrated spare tire carrier that's on the back of the EXD. A lot of people ask, well, you know, how easy is that thing to get off? It's super simple. You end up just loosening some of the bolts inside. This wheel folds down flat, and then you just take a hand crank, and it's a chain winch that drops this thing to the ground. There's no electronics. The wheel doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds. It's really easy to take this off, wheel it over, and then get it on if you need to change your spare tire. To get it up, it's exactly the same. Put the chain mechanism inside, just hand crank it up, get it attached back to the spare tire carrier, push that up into position, lock it up, and now you just changed out your tire. The diesel heater that I showed you on the inside, we do have a little 5-gallon diesel tank with an eyeglass right here that you can see. This is what the diesel heater runs off of. So if you do put this on a gasoline truck, if that's the option you go with, we still have a tank for that diesel, so that will run the heater that's back here. On the other side, this is the driver's side of the camper. This is probably one of my favorite parts, but obviously from a manufacturer's point of view, our engineering team really went the distance in putting together the electrical system on this camper. Not only did they go with the touchscreen C-Zone system that Wi-Fi's to your iPad, but they put all of the brains and the electrical components into this system that's easily accessible through this back storage area. I just unlock the tray and I can slide this whole system out, and it gives me access to all my fuses, my main battery shut-off switch if the inside one isn't working, all my power inverters, even the inverter, if I flip this up on the inside, is hooked to an internal fan that will keep this area completely vented and nice and cool. There's no chance of this overheating. And then I even have a couple additional switches, my solar controllers, and everything else is designed and built right into this easily accessible battery box. So that way, anything that were happening to, you know, need adjustment or needing fixed, your on the trail maintenance is super easy with these systems. You're not pulling apart a cabinet, you're not digging for wires. It's all in one place and all easily maintainable. Just lock it back into position and you're good to go. There is a shore power plug on this, so if you do find yourself at a KOA or a place to park it, or if you're storing it for long periods of time, you plug in your adapter to a 110 volt outlet, and then that will take over the power system and pretty much run all your electronics. All the doors have bulb seals on them. They're completely waterproof. They lock into place. Everything uses the same key system, so it's not going to be very hard to kind of lock and unlock and keep all your items safe on the EXD. Thanks again for coming out and checking out what we have at our booth here at Earthcruiser. Obviously, we make a whole line of trucks. This is our newest one, and we were really happy to show you through it. Loving the expo. There's a lot of stuff to see here. But check out our website if you want more details. It's just earthcruiser.com, or send us an email at sales@earthcruiser.com. We're build everything in Bend, Oregon. We love what we do. We make things for travelers who want to go places that normal vehicles won't take you.